Hi, I'm Cecil Maranville, and you're listening to Verse by Verse. Today's verse is about a ruler of Tyre. Present-day Tyre is a city in southern Lebanon, about 50 miles south of Beirut. It was founded nearly 4,000 years ago and has been continuously inhabited since then. That makes it one of the oldest cities in the world. But more than just a city, it was once a city-state, a naval, military, and commercial power. Tyre is mentioned 60 times in the New King James Version of the Bible, 16 times in the book of Ezekiel. Chapter 28 of that book has messages to the Prince of Tyre and the King of Tyre. The rulers of Tyre were highly successful, very powerful, and extremely wealthy. These conditions triggered their ego and vanity to the extent that they began to think of themselves as divine. The message to the Prince of Tyre was, from verse 2, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, "In your great pride you claim, 'I am a god. I sit on a divine throne in the heart of the sea.' But you are only a man and not a god, though you boast that you are a god." This helps us understand the second message in the chapter to the King of Tyre. That begins in verse 12. Verse 13 says that this being was in the Garden of Eden. There were only 4 beings in the Garden of Eden: Adam, Eve, the Creator God, and the serpent. Who was the serpent? He's identified in Revelation chapter 12, verse 9, as the devil or Satan. His story continues in today's verses, Ezekiel chapter 28, verses 14 and 15. "You were the anointed cherub who covers. I established you. You were on the holy mountain of God. You walked back and forth in the midst of fiery stones. You were perfect in your ways from the day you were created till iniquity was found in you." The message to the king of Tyre, then, is about Satan. The last statement of verse 15 is an astounding revelation about him. "You were perfect in your ways from the day you were created till iniquity was found in you." Satan was once a perfect angel. He's identified in Isaiah chapter 14 as Lucifer. Ezekiel tells us that Lucifer became Satan. His story is told in the context of the human rulers of Tyre. Satan was not initially an evil being. Like the human rulers, he became corrupted through his success, his power, and his wealth. In his egotism and vanity, he chose to sin. His entire existence became synonymous with opposition to God. That is both astounding and sobering. Sin and evil came into existence through the choices of a once perfect, righteous spirit being. That is interesting from a historical point of view, but it also contains a spiritual lesson for us. If this perfect angelic being could become evil, so can any human being. Any of us can turn from a serving attitude to arrogance, from humility to vanity, from righteousness to evil. What has Satan been doing since the Garden of Eden? He's been wielding his considerable power to influence men and women to repeat his choice to oppose God and to sin. We don't have to make the same fateful mistake, but it requires our conscious effort to avoid it. Do we recognize his attempts to corrupt us? Learn how you can resist the evil one from our article, "What is Human Nature?" There is a link in the show notes below.
Verse by Verse is a Life, Hope, and Truth podcast. Check out the show notes to find more free content, like videos, articles, and booklets in our Learning Center.